Hello everyone, welcome to Testing Hot New Makeup for July 2023. If this is your first time here, this is the video where I gather a bunch of the hottest, most hyped up new makeup releases from both the drugstore and at stores like Sephora and Nordstrom, and I try them on camera for the very first time. You see my first impressions, and then at the end of the video, I do try to update you on how everything held up throughout the day. So today I have a very, very good mix, I think, of drugstore and high-end. A few of the new products I'll be testing out today are the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I've also got the new Maybelline Super Stay 24-Hour Skin Tint. And then I also have this new Huda Beauty Faux Filter Color Corrector. I bought the peach. And I'm also eager to try this product from Urban Decay. It's the Hydromaniac Blush Glow Hydrator. And then I've got some new brow products from Rare Beauty, as well as a new shade of the Hourglass, what are these called? Phantom Volumizing Glossy Balms. They recently came out with, I think, 5 or 6 new shades. And then for eyeshadow, I've been trying to get my hands on the new Too Faced Cosmic Crush. However, no one seems to actually have it in store. I've checked Ulta, I've checked Sephora, I've checked Macy's, and while I can order it online, I'd have to wait 4 to 5 days for it to get to me, and I'm leaving to go out of town, and I want to film as many videos as I can before I leave for a week. So I couldn't get the Cosmic Crush palette, but I did find this Brown Sugar Cinnamon Pop-Tarts palette in collaboration with Too Faced. And I love a little palette. This is actually my favorite size palette to get, and the shades in this palette looked right up my alley. And it smells just like a brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart. All right, let's get into this. Because my upstairs air conditioner is still out, I am filming in the guest room, so I do not have a table in front of me. I'm working off this very, very small table and small mirror, so bear with me. I'm going to try to make everything as clear as I possibly can. So I'm going to zoom you in, and we'll get started on the face makeup. So up first is this Bare Minerals Skin Longevity Phyto Vitamin C Brightening Moisturizer. This product was sent to me. I'll be honest, I don't use a lot of Bare Minerals skincare, but this is new. I thought I would try it for you. I do like that it comes in a squeeze tube. I'm trying to not get shadows here. So let's put that on. Ooh, I don't like the smell. Oof, it's kind of like antiseptic smelling. Whew, that is strong. Yikes, I gotta read what's in this. Boost and protect your skin's radiance. This luxurious hydrating moisturizer brightens, hydrates, and improves years of past sun damage all in one. It is charged with 5% Phyto Vitamin C complex from Kakadu Plum and Mineral SPF 30. This lotion boosts moisture for up to 24 hours and visibly reduces dark spots over time. It's sunk into my skin nicely. The scent isn't really that bad anymore, but wow, it was a little bit shocking at first. So I'm going to give this a minute or two to sink in, and then we'll go in with the Poreless Putty Primer. I do like the original e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer that comes in the round container, but I don't love it. I find myself reaching for, as far as drugstore primers go, the Revlon Gripping Primer or the L'Oreal Mattifying Primer that also refines the look of my pores. I find myself reaching for those much more often. So let's give this one a try and see if it does anything for my pores. Actually, I'm gonna grab this mirror here and get it closer. Well, it's not, wow. On this side where I put more, my pores did seem to disappear. But on this side where I didn't get very much, there's no difference. It's almost like you do have to put quite a bit on to see any difference in the size of your pores. Yeah, now I see it. It's not great though. I feel like my pores disappear a lot more with the original. All right, I'm shaking up the Maybelline. I purchased the shade 220. This could be a little dark for me. And I say that because when I bought it a few days ago, I had some self-tan left over. that has now faded, as you can probably see. Now, I don't mind a foundation that has a dropper, but I do personally prefer a pump. I am going to put some of this onto the back of my hand. It's very, very liquidy, like a serum. And I'm going to use my finger first, as you can see, and then I'm going to take my Stands Out sponge and blend it out. Oh, okay. Well, aside from the color being obviously wrong, the coverage is actually more than I expected. It's kind of like the Fenty skin tint in that surprised me too, because it had more coverage than what I was expecting from a skin tint. Ooh, I actually really like this. And I think the color will be good for when I do have a self-tan. Putting a little bit more on the back of my hand, taking my sponge and going back and blending. It doesn't seem to be emphasizing my pores. It doesn't seem to be clinging to any dry patches, although I will say that my skin really doesn't have many dry patches these days. I've been really doing well with my skincare. Got to take this down my neck since the color's a little off. All right, before I go any further, I'm going to put on a little eyeshadow primer. This is my P. Louise. And yes, I am missing a fingernail, but it's fine. And the reason why I say it's fine is because it's a lot easier to apply makeup without nails, in my opinion. So I was going to put one on, and then I thought, nah, I may as well wait. See, with the nail, it's a little bit more difficult. Now, for those of you that might be new here, the reason why I always apply eyeshadow primer is because I have the world's oiliest eyelids. And now I'm going to try this Huda Beauty Faux Filter Corrector in Peach. Taking this little brush I got on Amazon that I really like. It was only around $8 for 3 brushes. So I'm putting a little bit of this right there. This peach is a tad darker than other color correctors I've used in the past. Maybe I should have gotten the lighter one. But if you have deeper skin, this is probably going to be really, really great. I don't know why I got this one, because I'm fairly certain there is one lighter. You know, I like the lighting in this room better as far as the natural light that comes in, but it is not easy to do this type of video without my full workspace. But sometimes you gotta make do. Okay, well, it's definitely color correcting, I'll give it that, but I look pretty strange. So I'm going to take my Revolution IRL Filter Finish Concealer in C2 and apply that over the top. In here and through here. Dab that out with a sponge. And that is much better. Yeah, my under eyes are looking pretty good. Okay, they look very smooth, very bright. I don't have a new contour product, so I'm just using this one from Milk Makeup. All of the products will be listed and linked down below in the description box. And then I'm setting my foundation with the little Huda Beauty loose powder. Okay, I think my complexion is looking pretty good. So now I'm excited to try this new brow pencil from Rare Beauty. This was sent to me in a PR package, and they sent over the shade Cool Brown. So this might be a little dark for me also. But let's test out the shape and the consistency. I do like that it has a spoolie on the end. That is a must for a brow pencil, in my opinion. Oh boy, yes. This is definitely dark for me, but we are going to make it work. It'll just be a darker brow day. I'm also using a light hand. Just light strokes. So my first impression is I like it. Is it anything special? I wouldn't say that yet. seems like a very basic brow pencil to me. I do like the angle of this though. It's making it very easy to do the arch. And if you use a light hand like I'm doing, it's actually not that dark. I really do like the way this is going on. It was very easy to apply. It wasn't catching on anything. It wasn't patchy. This is nice. And now let's set them with the clear brow gel. This is very similar to another brow product that I recently reviewed, the Dominique Cosmetics brow gel from Kristen Dominique. I like the tiny applicator this has. You know how much I love a tiny applicator because my brows are so sparse. Anything that's too big gets tint or color or product all over the upper part of my brow. Oh, this is really nice. I like it. Yeah. I am quite pleased with both of these. All right, should we do some eyes? Let's do some eyes. Pop-Tarts, Too Faced Pop-Tarts Brown Sugar Cinnamon. Some of you are probably rolling your eyes thinking, oh good grief, another neutral brown warm palette. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, now hopefully, if you have hooded eyes, you have watched my most recent masterclass for hooded eyes where I show you this patting technique for applying eyeshadow. I now cannot do my eyeshadow without doing this technique where I pat, 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 and then blend, 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 blend. So I'm not going to go into too much detail here because, well, I want you to go watch that other video. It is a full masterclass. It already has, as of last check, over 200,000 views. That's a lot. I think it had like 100,000 views in the first week, which for a YouTuber is pretty darn exciting. So now we're going into that blending, and I'm taking a combination of these two. Wait, can you see? These two. These two. Oh, it smells so good. I love Pop-Tarts. When I was pregnant with my youngest son, I would go downstairs at like 2 a.m. and eat a packet of Pop-Tarts. You know how they come in twos? I would eat two. I would just stand there at the cabinet. I wouldn't even sit down. I would just stand there at the cabinet and eat the Pop-Tarts. For my older son, I wanted McDonald's. I craved McDonald's. For my younger one, it was Pop-Tarts. These are blending out really, really nicely. They're very nicely pigmented. And this is why I love a palette of this size, because I can work right off of it. I can use the mirror. It's just my perfect size. All right, now I'm going to take the ivory shade, the matte ivory, and pop that underneath the brow. This one isn't super pigmented. I mean, it is, but I typically like a lighter ivory under my brow. It's not bad though. What should I put on the lid? Which one of these shimmers? I'm gonna go in with Get Toasted. What a cute name. And my brush is not damp, and this is pigmented. This has some pigment to it. So I like it. I like this a lot. Very pretty. Okay, now I want to add a little bit of lightness just to the center of my lid, so I'm flipping the brush around and I'm going into Brown Sugar Cinnamon, and I'm just popping that in the center of my mobile lid. I am really surprised how much I like this little palette. I got mine at Target. I like that Target carries, you know, some higher end products, or I guess Too Faced would be considered more mid-range. I want to go back in with a little bit more of the dark brown, doing that punch and blend technique again, or pat and blend. Now I'm taking my Makeup Forever face palette and grabbing a little concealer and cleaning up underneath the eyeshadow. And you can use a makeup wipe for this, or you can use some makeup remover and a Q-tip. And this is just the type of look that I like. I really prefer a crisp, sort of angled up shadow look, but if you want it softer, you can just make it softer. I am going to put a little bit underneath the arch of my brow, a little bit of concealer, because I don't love the way that's looking right now. As I was saying, that ivory shade, this one is a little bit too dark for under the brow, for me. I'm just taking this concealer, carving out under my brow. Now in the same PR package that the Rare Beauty brow pencil and gel were in, they also included their new All Above Weightless Shadow Sticks, and then the Perfect Strokes Longwear Gel Eyeliner. I think what I'm going to do is take the shade Contentment. I'm gonna have to use my finger without the nail to get this out. So often these PR packages look good, but they are a pain to get the product out of. Okay. Excuse me while I struggle with this for the next half an hour. Gotta be resourceful. I grabbed my eyelash applicator tool. Yes, this is the shade Contentment, and I'm going to run this along my lower lash line. Ooh, that is pretty. It's like a shimmering taupey bronze. You know what? I'm putting that in my waterline too. Why not? Very creamy and a very flattering color on my blue eyes. It's so creamy that it's kind of melting. Although now that I say that, this PR package was upstairs in my filming room. So there is a chance that it melted a bit. Now I'm using my favorite eyeliner brush from Decay Beauty, the 208, spraying it with a little Fix Plus. And I'm using the darkest shade in this palette, which is called Dust the Crust. And I'm just lining my upper lash lines with this. So now I'm going to curl my lashes and apply some Rare Beauty mascara. Okay, I think the eyes are almost done. I did purchase, believe it or not, some new lashes. And I say believe it or not because, as many of you know, I have my own lashes with BK Beauty, but I still like to try other lashes, and I realized that my lashes are of a little bit higher price point, $18 to $22, and not everybody can or wants to spend that much. So these are from Kiss, and they are around $8 a pair. This style is from the Muses collection, and it's called Noblesse. Oh boy. You know, this is what I don't like when a band is so thin. When they're so thin and wispy, they're a little bit harder to maneuver, which is why I made my lashes with not a thick band, but a little bit more of a sturdy band, because these are very, very flimsy. Do you see how long these are? If I put these on like this, about 4 clusters would be hanging off the edge of my eye. So I'm going to cut off 3. I'm almost cutting these right in the middle. And by the way, if you're intimidated by false lashes, which I know a lot of you are, I do have a full, in-depth masterclass on how to apply false lashes for beginners that I will put a link to in the description box of this video. All right, so now the eyes are done, and I'm moving on to this new liquid blush from Urban Decay. I purchased the color Obsessed, and on the back of the box, it says 24-hour Maniac Hydration, Insanely Juicy Flush. It's made with kombucha, filtrate, and marula oil, and it is a vegan formula. So I'm going to put a tiny little bit on my finger because I don't want to go overboard, and you never know with these types of blushes just how pigmented they are going to be. So I'm going to pat a little bit there and blend it out. Okay, it's pigmented, but I definitely didn't use too much. At least I don't think. I really like this color a lot. All right, the last thing I have to try is this new shade in the Hourglass Phantom Glossy Balm. I purchased the shade Sense, which was described as like a nude pink. So in keeping with the combination drugstore high-end theme we've got going on here, I'm just using a Revlon Color Stay lip pencil in nude. And I do really like the formula of these. I have, I think, one other color in this product. I want to say the shade is Muse, or it starts with an M. Oh, that reminds me. I think my other shades of this are upstairs, probably melting or melted already. So here we have the finished look. Now let's talk about these products. Okay, as always, I will put a caption on the screen letting you know how things wore at the end of today. But as of now, I am really loving the whole complexion. I wasn't wild about the smell of that moisturizer, the Bare Minerals moisturizer. It was a little bit overwhelming, that scent. I obviously can't say at this moment if it does any brightening or if it helps lighten those dark spots. I will have to continue to use it, although I don't know if I want to because of that smell. The Poreless Putty Primer is nice. I couldn't see anything special about it though. I feel like I need to give both of these more time, the primer and the Superstay foundation, because as of this moment, I love the way my complexion looks, but is it because of just the foundation or the primer, or is it the combo together? I need to explore this to figure out if this will look just as good without a primer or with another primer. But as of this moment, this combo is looking really, really good. I was very, very impressed, as I think you could tell, with this Superstay. It had more coverage than I expected, but it still looks very natural. I will be recommending this to everyone who is like me and hesitant to try skin tints for fear that they won't give you enough coverage. And then next we had the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Corrector. I think that I personally need one that's just a little bit lighter. But as I mentioned in the demo, if you have medium to dark skin and you have dark circles under your eyes, that concealer alone doesn't tend to cover well. And if you try to use more concealer, it just looks more heavy and your under eyes look aged, then I would highly recommend this for you. The consistency is very nice. A little bit goes a long way. And I have no complaints about it. I'm just curious if I would like the lighter color better. Moving on to the Rare Beauty brow products. I really like these. Will I choose them over the other many brow products I have in my collection? That remains to be seen. But I think these are both very, very good, high quality products. And I actually don't mind the cool brown brow. I think it looks pretty good. Then we have the Too Faced Brown Sugar Cinnamon Pop-Tart Palette. I'm really happy with this. I like it a lot. I think I paid $27 for this, and I do not regret this purchase. I think the shadows are high quality. I like the size. It's perfect for travel. And I know I've mentioned this several times, but I really like the way it smells. The Rare Beauty Weightless Eyeshadow Stick. Obviously, I used that for eyeliner and not eyeshadow. I'm going to be playing around with those more, so look for an update on those in a future video. The Urban Decay Hydromaniac Blush Glow Hydrator. This is really nice. I really, really like this product. I am a blushaholic. I am loving all of these new blushes that are coming out now. Patrick Ta just came out with 3 new shades in his double take blush that has the cream and the powder. I ordered 2 of them, they're on the way. Gwen Stefani's Give Beauty just launched blushes. I have 2 of those on the way. You know, I've got to get on some more PR lists. I keep hoping that maybe someday I'll get an email from some of these brands asking for my address, but it just doesn't happen. Anyway, so far so good with the Urban Decay, and so far so good with this new shade of Hourglass Glossy Lip Balm. It feels good. The color's really pretty. I love the shine. I do feel like my lips look a little bit more full and voluptuous. And oh, the lashes. I do think they are really, really pretty and I would recommend. Okay, did I miss anything? I don't think so. For next month's Testing Hot New Makeup, I will be back upstairs in my regular filming room, which will make things so much easier. You should see the mess that is going on right here, right now. It's pretty bad. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will consider hitting that subscribe button and joining the Risa Does Makeup family. I do upload new videos at least twice per week. You can find other content from me over on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. The username is the same everywhere. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.